And we are back with another modded Minecraft Let's Play with Kiwi. As we can see, I have cleared off quite a bit of land here, probably about 3/4 of the way done, maybe a little less. And going to work on mining out this. There's a patch of quarried stone right under here, and we're going to finish clearing off this in preparation to start building. Still haven't figured out how to make a green paintbrush. We might do that today as well, and then decide if I want to do a wood house, a brick house, or a stone house. Don't know yet, so let's get going. As can see, I did accidentally open up a loot bag and I found a diamond, so I used that diamond to get some more diamonds and made some tools, because tools are useful. And let's go over here. I think it was over here. Yeah. Maybe. Was it over here? Where did you go? Quarried stone. There you are. And I did promise that today would be the day that we open up loot bags. And we shall. That will be the end of our video. So I absolutely love the look of quarried stone, and I found out that it smelts up into a very pretty smooth block. So we might end up with that, using that as our building material instead, if I can find enough of it. Or at least have like part of a layer made out of the quarried stone. It probably has some Railcraft use, but that's about the only reason I actually install Railcraft, is because I like the stone. Torch down. Don't know if it's night or not. I really hope it's not, because mobs are mean. And I don't want to, come out and get killed with all of my stuff, even though we're really close to spawn. Sounds like it might be night. There are mobs up there. Oh, no, it's not night yet. Just a random spider. Spider. Spider bro. I don't know. Spider might be under us even. I would love it if we found a dungeon really close to here, because then that would let me make a XP farm. I might get a friend of mine's help to build an XP farm if I find one. He would make the most amazing XP farms on multiplayer. Can't remember which mod it was, but it added forest trees. They were a really bright yellowish tree. Could be used to power things. And one of the items was a force wrench. What it would do is it would actually let you pick up mob spawners. And as long as you didn't sort your inventory, they wouldn't all turn into the same type of spawner. That poor little spider up there did not sound like it was having that good of a day. The furious typing you might hear in the background is boyfriend, otherwise known as Nikolai.
Yeah, sorry about the furious typing. I'm just finishing something up.
Honey, it's okay. I was more making a joke than anything.
I deduced as such, but
I think a spider got trapped in the ground because I picked up the loot bag from it, and the spider was nowhere near me. Poor spider. And now I think it is night. No? Where is that mob sound coming from?
It's probably the air conditioning.
No, the air conditioning doesn't sound like a zombie.
Okay.
If it did, we need to call maintenance, because there would be a zombie in our air conditioner. I mean, I've heard of zombies on our lawn, but zombies in my air conditioner?
Hey, there's snakes on a plane.
This is true. And Trump's in an election. If you couldn't tell already, neither one of us support Trump.
People with brain cells should not support Trump.
Not turning this into a political rant, honey.
That's not a rant. That should be considered an empirical fact.
I hear a zombie. Really would like to know where the zombie is. Honey, did you hide a zombie?
I have very little interest in playing Minecraft, so I would have to say no.
Oh, I hear a zombie. I figured you were responsible. That's a pretty fair imitation, actually. I remember on the Yogscast videos from the Shadow of Israfel, when they'd imitate the zombie. Alright, come on. Sun, go down just a bit more so I can sleeps. And then go back to mining quarried stone. Oh, also, we built a builder, which lets you build backpacks and chests that are bigger than your average chest and smarter than the average bear. Make these kind of packs.
Are you proud of that Yogi Bear reference?
I am incredibly proud of that Yogi Bear reference. Yogi Bear is smarter than the average bear.
Considering all the challenges animals have to face with climate change, I'm not sure that's true anymore.
What, the Yogi Bear is smarter than the average bear?
Yeah. More importantly, how many times was he actually successful at acquiring food?
I don't know.
If you look at his win-to-loss ratio, I kind of think that disproves his theme song.
But he was always getting in the ranger's hair, so...
His objective, though, wasn't to annoy the ranger, it was to outsmart the ranger.
Yeah, this is true.
So, again, looking at it, going based just off of his win-loss ratio, I am not sure how honest that theme song is being.
Theme songs aren't intended to be honest, they're intended to be catchy.
Well, it's catchy, it's just dishonest. I mean, it's like saying, what was that cartoon series with the pigeons and the pilots that wanted to catch it?
No idea.
The dog was probably the most iconic character, Muttley.
No. A viewer might know it, but I'm sorry, honey, I don't.
I'll probably think of it tomorrow.
Probably think of it in your training class.
Yeah.
Now I've got the Yogi Bear theme song stuck in my head.
Well, I also did figure out how to better illustrate my viewpoint on the argument for OS systems.
Oh?
I worked in a consumer electronics store, and while 8 months isn't a definitive accrual of data, I can tell you from spending habits that people were not always buying the latest Mac system. In fact, they were deliberately shopping for whatever reused, refurbished, or whatever that was not new was available, because even those products easily climbed to $300, $400.
That's because Mac likes to overprice their stuff.
Sorry, what was that about Mac?
It's because Apple likes to overprice their stuff.
Oh no, I've actually got a better story for you. So one of my customers is a certified Apple technician.
I bet they don't even get good discounts.
Oh no, this story is magical because get this: in order to legally profit off of repairing Macs, you need to be certified.
Okay. Is this going to be a
But
catch-22 that pisses me off?
Potentially, because so this guy generates an entire living off of repairing Apple systems.
Okay.
And he even took the time to make sure that he was legally able to do so. However, despite his years of proving his ability to do so, Apple refuses to hire him. And this may not sound like a huge deal, but basically they're fine with him earning a living working on their product,
But just not for them.
But just not for them.
Yeah. Okay. That's not really a catch-22, so that doesn't tick me off.
I suppose, but I feel like I'm forgetting a part of the story. It was a while ago, but
Catch-22s generally will tick me off because I don't like lose-lose situations.
well, it's not really a catch-22. I got another one that's not really a catch-22, but proves that Apple is out of its mind. In order to have an Apple store operate inside your retail establishment, you are required by contract to purchase a table from their privately owned forest that they craft. Try guessing the amount they sell this table for.
No idea.
Just random number guess.
10,000.
16 grand.
Well, it wasn't far off.
Oh, God.
And this is why I don't buy Apple. Oh, fuck. Fuck.
Well, lava?
Almost fell in this lava over here.
Sorry. It was it's just flabbergasted.
Ooh. Nerd pull out of here. Reseal that. So that was interesting. I think I found out where the zombie sounds are coming from and almost found a pit of lava. Good Lord. No! This sucks. Any part of my quarried stone deposit is on top of lava.
What about lava?
Said part of my quarried stone deposit is right on top of lava.
Can't you just, I don't know, magic it away?
No, I'm playing on survival, no cheats.
you're saying that with just a tiny bit of frustration in your voice.
No, I like playing it on survival. It makes it more of a challenge. We are at 15 minutes, so I think we're going to stop mining here. Not going to take on the Enderman because Enderman looks like he's kind of having some fun with that block of dirt. And oh, I can add that to there. I think I'm going to put my building materials in the blue bag. I need to build a anvil as well so I can name these. This is the pretty quarried block that I was talking about. Alright. Wrong thing. Iron.
Chaos, get out. Your cat's taken up a new annoying habit.
Not surprising.
Instead of the infinite number of perches he has available to him throughout the apartment, he has decided to start frequenting right at the foot of my chair when I'm not there. So I either have to shoo him, or I have to step over him, or risk running over him with my wheels as I'm rolling around.
Oh, he just wants some love. Isn't that right, Chaos Kitty Boy? Chaos. I don't get him yell? Okay. So let's put tools and weapons. I think we're going to take the types of loot bags in order of type of loot bag. If that makes sense, and I'm not just rambling. So let's do garden bags and orchard bags first. These will be a nice starter for our garden once we get it built. All of these noms are going to go into the green food bag that I have. Chaos, what are you doing? Put all of this in here. I could toss it all into the transmutation table, but that's a little cheaty in my opinion. I did toss some of the fruits, the vegetables in there if I was out exploring and broke a garden instead of collecting it. But that was the only time I did. Alright, now let's go common loot bags. Most of this stuff is probably going to get fed into the energy condenser. Red. Diamond. More rotten flesh. Chaos, what are you doing? You're a strange feline. Let's feed most of this.
Ninja's black backpack has been abandoned in favor of your V&V shirt.
Not surprising.
Oh, she's shown that kind of favoritism to your V&V Nation hoodie before.
No, it's the same color she is.
Well, it's also on top of a pillow. That probably doesn't hurt things.
Yeah. So far we've gotten a pretty good haul from this. Ooh, a book. Lots of creosote oil. I'll have to look up what that's used for. Iron, ingot, music, coal, ender lily seeds. Neat. Not sure what that's for, but paper, arrow. I really wish the steel stuff had an EMC value. I might have to go in and add the EMC values. Rare loot bag. Epic loot bag. Feels almost like I'm playing Diablo. Now we get into the fun stuff. Time to feed stuff to bread. Need chest. All the stuff that doesn't have EMC values goes over here, because I can't feed it to, well, except for this goes outside. That will be moved, but this goes over here. Some of this stuff we will use much later, but some of it we'll use maybe not right away, but pretty close. Because once we have, I don't want to skip ahead through very much, but the legendary loot bags have a higher, I don't want to say rate, but higher drop rate on some things. And I excluded some mod packs from it just because I didn't want to get a whole bunch of, oh, a book. That book is going to be left alone for a long time, though. I think this is going to be our 50th episode learn. If I feed that to the transmutation table, I can unlock all the things. But I don't want to do that right now because, again, it would be cheaty. Try not to be overly cheaty. Nice try. I mean... Okay, so that was opening all of our loot bags. We'll have another loot bag episode, or unveiling, when I gather some more loot bags. But for now, this is Kiwi signing off. Remember, if you liked the video, please give me a like, leave a comment, and if you'd like to subscribe. Have a great night.